Are you ready?
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
All right, let's do it. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins out on vacation. We expect him back tomorrow.
Gosh dang it.
What do you say?
Gosh dang it.
I think he's having such a good time, you know.
I think he's probably excited to come back.
He usually is. Yeah. He's like, if I am off the air for too long, you know, I start to get itchy.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, it should be quite the entertaining show tomorrow about all of his adventures. But we got plenty to get to today. Let's start with Iran.
Mm-hmm.
As they say on legacy media, tensions are rising.
Well,
really?
They're pretty high already. I don't know how much higher they can get. I'm not trying to tempt fate over here, but yeah, I mean, Kuwait is saying that a power grid or an electrical facility and a desalination plant got hit by Iranian missiles. It's going off. You got the Houthis out there saying, yeah, we're going to put a blockade on oil shipping routes against Saudi Arabia. And President Trump, he was asked about that. He's meeting with the president of Jordan right now as they're trying to work out some sort of ceasefire deal with Israel. There's a lot of plates spinning in the air right now, and the president was asked about the Houthis.
Level of concern of a blockade of the Red Sea by the Houthi rebels, opening up another front in the war.
What happens? So far, it hasn't happened. Might happen. But we take care of things. If something like that happens, we take care of it. You know, we've done that with the Houthis before, and we haven't heard from them in a while since we did what we did originally. That was about 45 days of very powerful action we took against the Houthis. And we've had no problem with the Houthis. They've had no problem with us for a long period of time, including during this conflict. I think that if there is something like that, we'll just have to take care of business.
Yeah.
We'll just have to take care of business. And I think, you know, Saudi Arabia, they're not exactly just pacifists over there. So I think they might have something to say about it as well.
Yes. And within Iran, I'm sure you've seen the stories too. They just continue killing their own people.
Yeah.
To get out of line at all. Economically, they're hurting. But we've heard that for a long time. And you get the feeling there are a lot of people going, how long is this going to take?
Yeah, I think
this isn't 6 weeks.
Yeah, I'm not trying to mind read over here, but I do get the sense that the president is kind of frustrated that he greenlit such a long pause with Iran when it was clear that they were not serious.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. More about that a little bit later. Well, you got an interesting video about Iran.
Yeah, well,
let's get to that.
It's a pep rally video. I mean, it's White House propaganda for sure. I mean, it's kind of fun pump up music, but something stood out to me, and maybe I'm reading too much into it. But just play the audio.
Okay.
We never had it like we have it now. And Iran knows that, and they've been put on notice. If you f*** around with us, if you do something bad to us, we are going to do things to you that have never been done before.
The 47th President of the United States is not a game player. When he tells you that he's going to do something, when he tells you he's going to address a problem, he means it. And now, if you don't know, now you know.
The former regime had every chance to make a peaceful and sensible deal. But Tehran was not negotiating. This operation is a clear, decisive mission.
There was no way in the world that this terroristic regime was going to get nuclear weapons, not under Donald Trump's watch.
So, one, as a 90s kid, man, that's awesome to have the slowed down Gangsta's Paradise behind it. 10 out of 10 for that one.
Yeah.
But you heard Trump, you heard Secretary of State Marco Rubio, you heard Secretary of War Pete Hegseth. J.D. Vance was not in there.
No, he was not.
That stood out to me. And I don't, again, it's one of those things like it's easy to misread things or read too much into certain things. But, man, if you're believing some of the reports, he was the one really trying to push for some ceasefire, and he became the face of this memorandum of understanding. And is there a bigger message there that the vice president wasn't part of that little pump-up video?
Wow. Okay, so trying to figure out what stood out to you as we were going through that. I thought your take was going to be, we're going to hit them incredibly hard.
Oh, I think that's probably true, yes.
And this is going to be something that, man, I don't know if you're talking about ground troops In certain places, I don't know if we're going that far or not, but it's something. That's what you would be led to believe. But then you throw in the Vance thing. I'm like, yeah. And he's also known as the guy that was against this from the get-go. Mm-hmm. And I know there's jockeying for position right now of who's going to be next in line.
Right.
Is it JD? Is it Marco? And, yeah, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of talk about that.
Yeah.
Very interesting.
That's just one thing that stood out to me. And it could be that the vice president didn't want to be part of it.
Well, and the other criticism has been, well, he's been AWOL. He's been out on a book tour.
He also just had a kid.
I know. So a lot of times when there is all this sort of palace intrigue that's going on, it seems like more is made out of it than what's really happening. But we'll see. You know, I think as far as, you know, the odds are, it's still going to be J.D. Vance in 28.
Oh, I think so, yeah.
Unless something really drastic happens. But, you know, we'll see. This is interesting to me that it was just last Thursday night that the president has the address to the nation. And it was all about voting and security in our elections. It's like it never happened.
Oh, yeah. Because
I mean, we're talking about different files being released, and here they are, and here's what China has done. And 220 million people. China knows a lot about you. You don't hear anything about it.
No, because they got the pre-buttals out of the way, and then they spent a day saying this was all lies, nothing new, and then they moved on.
And it's so interesting to me because there have been a lot of people on social media putting together montages of all these Democrats through time talking about how voting machines could be hacked. I remember when this came out, like when people were talking about it in 2020, oh, what a bunch of crazy conspiracy theory nonsense that's out there. But you listen to this, I can't help but laugh.
Virginia just stopped using touchscreen computer voting because it's so vulnerable. Right. We need to look at all the voting machines. Every Secretary of State needs to be, you know, assisted in making sure that they are not being hacked and attacked.
I continue to think that our voting machines are too vulnerable.
But researchers have repeatedly demonstrated that ballot recording machines and other voting systems are susceptible to tampering.
Even hackers with limited prior knowledge, tools, and resources are able to breach voting machines in a matter of minutes.
In 2018, electronic voting machines in Georgia and Texas deleted votes for certain candidates or switched votes from one candidate to another.
The biggest...
Whoa, switch votes from one candidate to another.
Well, that sounds insurrection-y to me.
Sure does. Go ahead.
The biggest seller of voting machines is doing something that violates Cybersecurity 101, directing that you install remote access software, which would make a machine like that, you know, a magnet for fraudsters and hackers.
These voting machines.
Thank you, Ron Wyden, of course.
We need to safeguard democracy.
Exactly.
Act quite easily.
You could easily hack into them. It makes it seem like all these states are doing different things, but in fact 3 companies are controlling this.
It is the individual voting machines that pose some of the greatest risks.
There are a lot of states that are dealing with antiquated machines, right, which are vulnerable to being hacked.
They don't seem to be too concerned about that right now.
No, they're not.
That's really interesting. Now that the whole Russia hoax is over, it's just all these lies.
Well, of course.
Safest and most secure election of all time is the one that the Democrat won. Okay, got it. Meanwhile, in Texas, James Tallarico is out there, and he's trying to convince a lot of people to vote for him. He's having a rough time.
He's the Democrat, James Tallarico, running for U.S. Senate against current Attorney General of Texas, Ken Paxton. And he is having some real trouble with the black community. This is something that, you know, has been talked about sort of, but I don't think on the national level, at least, not explored nearly enough, because there are a lot of people really, really ticked off at how Jasmine Crockett was treated.
Yeah.
By the Democrat Party.
Yes.
and Jasmine
Well, it
Crockett,
wasn't because she was black, it's because she's not very good, but whatever.
Right, that's it. But at a town hall in Houston, one black woman stood up and heckled Tallarico, claiming he wasn't listening to them. He's like, hey, we're going to put $25 million towards community outreach. And they're like, yeah, but we've been sitting here for 45 minutes and you haven't addressed our questions. So one lady just got up and started yelling.
Oh, okay.
Stay here, you answer our questions, or you suffer the consequences.
So I'm happy to engage.
When you talk to your staff.
We'll come to here in just a second. I appreciate you being here, and I appreciate you traveling in.
Yeah.
And I
I
appreciate
did it
you.
for my people, not for you.
Wonderful. And I think that's wonderful. I think that's wonderful. And it's all right. It's all right. It's all right. This is what this conversation's supposed to be about. Yeah.
Right.
It's all right. It's all right.
Did he ever address the questions?
Not that I saw.
So I really desperately need your vote, but
this was that's a guy who talks about how much he likes black people, but has never hung out with a black person before.
That is pretty typical of a lot of white Democrats.
Mm-hmm.
You know, well, behind my gated community or my nice house, it's great, and I'm here for you. Please vote for me because you've always voted Democrat. But as far as your needs, whatever, yeah, we'll give you some money.
Yeah,
here's $25,000 or whatever. Shush and keep voting. Thank you. But Maine has its own issues when it comes to trying to find a Senate candidate. It looks like they're going to get somebody else that appears to be blue collar that really isn't, but whatever.
That isn't.
But you had this debate going on the other night, and for the country that was paying attention, got to see some of these real winner candidates. And there was a breakout star of this, David.
There was. Democrat Maine Senate candidate Ashley Webb. This is a dude who says he's a woman. But he says in an I guess unearthed podcast interview with some purple-haired person, he says there was a hospital conspiracy to cover up the fact that he's actually a woman. And this, if you're eating, maybe put down the bagel.
Oh no! Oh no! Oh no!
But he did this talking with this purple-haired PhD person, and you know that the interviewer at certain points, you know, you're looking at the body language, and that person really does seem uncomfortable by what this guy is saying.
All right, roll it.
And the only reason why I started digging into it was because of I had a blood test drawn, and my estrogen was like 285 pg/ml.
That's significant. Okay. So how did you end up going to get like an estrogen level taken?
Well, I was experiencing hot flashes, and I asked the doctor to run an estrogen test, and I guess they don't do that for.
You're saying so the idea being.
Hold on a second. They don't do it for what?
For men, but he got a little tongue-tied there and did this awkward laugh.
Right. The old giveaway there.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Okay, go ahead again.
You're saying so the idea being that you had ovaries, but or you have ovaries, I suppose that were generating estrogen, but not necessarily ovulating.
Oh,
is what you're saying.
I don't know about the ovulation. I would feel really good on like the 15th day of every cycle, and it was a 29-day cycle that I was experiencing.
I mean, this sounds pretty cycly there. So
and then
let me read
during
you.
that time, I was gonna
go ahead.
During that time, like I also leak like a mucus, which they can't really explain.
Oh, interesting.
If you're leaking a mucus that can't explain, go to the Mayo Clinic or something.
Oh my gosh!
You need a serious doctor.
Yeah.
As a woman or any menstruating person in this country.
Right. Yeah, the Republicans got problems. Those people, that's freaking beyond that. More on that and the 5 stories we're watching today coming up.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Quiet down, Shh. Surprise! Your accountant just emailed to say your quarterly taxes are way higher than you were expecting.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting discounts with a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Also, your favorite employee is leaving. They're going to pursue their dream of being a veterinarian.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Discounts not available in all states or situations.
Why'd I go to the doctor? Working on the farm, my heart kept skipping a beat. I didn't think much of it, but my daughters made me get checked out. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk of stroke about 5 times.
Symptoms like irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain, shortness of breath, fatigue, or lightheadedness can come and go. But if it's AFib, the risk of stroke remains. If you have symptoms, contact a doctor.
I'm so glad I did.
Visit NoTimeToWait.com. Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins out today, back tomorrow. Now it's time for the 5 stories we're watching today.
All right, number 5. Nicaragua's socialist president Daniel Ortega declares the country will no longer hold elections, as Latin America has seen a major surge in conservative capitalists winning elections. Number
That's
4,
how they do it.
Yeah. Number 4, Lindsey Graham's sister Darlene says she will run for a full Senate term in South Carolina this fall. Number 3, the U.S. Treasury Department has prevented nearly $99 million in federal payments from being dispersed to dead people using a new verification system. Wow.
$99 million.
To dead people, yeah.
Somebody was cashing those checks, man.
Oh, yeah, absolutely they were. Hell yeah. Number 2, President Trump is meeting with the president of Lebanon today as the war heats back up with Iran. And number 1, update on the COVID cover-up in February 2021. Customs wanted to talk to a guy named Peter Daszak, a key figure in the Wuhan lab, as he was arriving back in the country. They were going to stop him at the airport in February of 2021 to talk to him, but the FBI intervened and said, hands off.
Biden's FBI.
Yes.
Hands off that guy.
Yes, don't talk to him.
That has all the information.
Yes.
Wow. And you wonder, and I know what you're going to say, nothing's ever going to happen.
Nothing's ever going to happen.
But that will come up in the questions, and then the media won't cover it.
Yes.
And this is pretty much just how that goes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I mentioned Robin should be back tomorrow. He sent you and I a text last night, David, he's been updating us on his trip, his baseball trip. He's at the Giants-Royals game last night, and there's 2 people, it's like not in the row just in front, but 2 rows ahead. Mm-hmm. Seemed like there was an empty row. Kansas City having a bit of a rough year. I don't think it's hard to get seats. But these 2 people, and it looked to be like they were biological dudes, but dressed as women, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
And they did not want to stand for the national anthem. Then Robbins, as you could tell in the text, he was not happy.
He was very upset, yes.
But didn't want to say anything because he didn't want to get kicked out.
Right.
It's maybe an hour later. I'm looking at news last night on X, and I happen to see the video of what happened at a Cubs game just a couple days ago. This was a game against the Twins. Young guy in the crowd wouldn't stand for the anthem. So an older guy behind him said, "Get up, stand up." Guy didn't get up. So I think you've seen the video.
Mm-hmm.
He smacks him right in the back of the head.
Well, yeah.
And it didn't look like that hard. I mean, it probably didn't tickle. But, I mean, it wasn't like a big punch or anything. He just kind of slapped his head like, "Get up."
It's enough to get a little bit of the common sense going.
Yes. And then he did stand up. And so now it's the big online debate.
Mm-hmm.
Who was in the wrong here? I suppose you could argue they were both in the wrong, but I don't know. Maybe the guy was doing him a favor by smacking him in the head a little bit.
Yeah, I think, show a little bit of respect for your country, okay? It's the least you can do.
Yeah. really, what are you? I know, I understand. It's your constitutional right. If you want to sit, you can.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I get all of that. But still, really?
Yeah.
For all the people that served the country, that died for the country, to protect your freedoms, you don't have the class to stand up?
Yeah.
It's disgusting.
It costs you nothing to do that. Okay? Just stand up and show a little respect, and then you can go back to being a horrible Cubs fan.
Exactly. That's Scott's second favorite team. Anyway, so I just happened to send the text back that if Scott was a great American, he would have smacked him.
Yeah, and he didn't want to get in trouble, though.
Yeah,
that's the spirit of the founding fathers right there.
Be fun to hear that story tomorrow. A lot of people talking about Sunny Hostin standing up for her son. We'll get to that and around to What's Your Story straight ahead. All right. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins on vacation back tomorrow. Looking forward to that. Maybe we should have saved this story for him. He loves Sunny Hostin. Big fan.
Does.
Well, you probably heard her son. I mean, he could have been arrested for criminal trespass.
Yeah.
They went light on him because he went into a place he wasn't supposed to be. Mm-hmm. And then he calls his mom. He's a grown man.
He's a grown man, by the way. Yeah, you're not talking about like a 15-year-old.
Yes. He was trespassing on the Metro North Railroad property. And so she wanted to remind police that she was a former federal prosecutor. So first, he gets her on the phone, and she's talking to the cops, and it goes like this.
Do you have any ID on you?
Yes.
Okay, where is it?
It's in my phone if you take off the case.
Tell them your mother is a federal prosecutor.
Yes.
Hey, Mom, how are you? This is Officer Gomez. Your son's fine.
Officer Gomez,
how are you?
This is
And she saes Sunny Hostin.
Yes,
former
yes.
federal prosecutor.
Okay,
That's
fair
my
enough.
son.
Yep.
He's a Harvard graduate.
Yeah.
He's not a criminal. He has no criminal record, no criminal history.
Mm-hmm. Yes. No, I understand that. The issue is, like I told your son, is this is considered criminal trespassing. So besides being illegal, it's actually very dangerous for him to be around the railroad tracks. We get people that get hit all the time.
Oh, yeah, let's get my mom on the phone.
Of course, yeah.
Yeah. So that was part of that. You're laughing, David.
I am. It's like I don't really blame Sunny for pulling all the cards she can to help her boy, but
yeah, not a good look,
dude. It's not a good look. And then also, dude, you're calling your mom. You're a Harvard grad, and you're a teacher of young people.
Yeah,
in the South Bronx, and you're calling mom to try to get you out of a jam.
Yeah,
that's embarrassing, dude.
The other thing is he says he was on like a run/walk.
Yeah.
And he noticed this gravel, there was, a hill, good place to do hills. Which I understand some people do with walking, running, whatever. But he also mentioned he was on the phone with his mom while he was walking or running. That's odd. Usually you're not carrying on conversations with mom as you're doing your workout.
I don't know.
But here's then the part where Sunny then is in person with the cop. She comes down there.
He's on the phone with me.
He was on the phone with me.
I'm a former federal prosecutor.
Yeah, you said that already.
He's a Harvard grad who teaches fourth grade geometry to kids.
God bless.
He's not a kid who's ever in trouble. It's an innocent mistake. I understand you have to give him a
I don't know what
violation,
happened,
but
yeah, whatever.
it's
not the end of the world. I get you.
Uh-huh.
Where were you? Where'd you go? You were like over here? So, yeah, there's like an open gate. I think I was walking over there.
Just walking, nice day.
Yeah, well, we were talking on the phone.
I know.
I think I was walking over there. Yeah, we were talking on the phone. Okay. Not that this is a major thing, but that sounds like BS.
Well, also, it's like, Mom, if I'm one of those cops, I'm like, Mom, will you just let me talk to him? Okay.
Exactly. Yes.
I had a big interview today. We were talking about it.
I had a big interview today. We were talking about it on the phone as he's doing his, quote, workout. All right, whatever.
Live in the area?
Yeah, we live on. We used to live in Purchase, and we just moved here in September. So we're new to the area, which is why he's making mistakes.
Okay, we're new to the area. That's why he's making mistakes. She's acting like he's 9. That's a grown man.
Yes, it is.
Oh, my gosh.
Dude, I've told you the story before, but if you've never heard it, I was 15 years old. I was working at Chick-fil-A. And I know some of you have heard this before.
It's a beauty.
I was working at Chick-fil-A, and I had the cow costume on, and the boss told me to go hand out coupons in the middle of Highway 6, very large in Southwest Houston, very busy intersection, highway, ton of traffic fatalities, very dangerous. And I'm in there in the damn cow suit in the suicide lane. There's no median. Right. You know, I'm just between the yellow lines, and I'm out there handing out coupons to people in cars. And I happen to roll up on a very familiar-looking vehicle, and it's my mom, because she worked around the corner from the Chick-fil-A. And she didn't know it was me. And she goes,
"You're in the costume."
She goes, "Young man, what are you doing out here? This is so dangerous." And I said, "Hi, Mom." And she flipped out. And get in the car. Get in the car. Go in, and in front of customers, my coworkers, and God himself, she dresses down the manager.
Oh, God.
Who owned that local restaurant. And just go, he's a 15-year-old. I don't care if he's 25. No one should be out there because so many people get, just yelling at him. Sorry, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. Sorry, ma'am. I don't want to see anybody out there ever again. You understand? Yes, ma'am. All that. Now, I'm 15, and I'm mortified.
Oh,
because
sure.
Mom's just come in and, just sort of stepped all over me and said, "Oh, yeah, you're going to call your mom now whenever you're in trouble?"
Oh, gosh.
But, I understand it from her perspective why she did that. I've talked it out in therapy. I no longer harbor resentment for that.
The way I was emasculated in front of all of my friends that I work with at Chick-fil-A.
But now you got this guy who's, I don't know, early 20s? Something like that?
Yeah.
Got to be if he's a teacher, elementary school teacher.
Yeah.
And he's calling his mom to come fight his battle for him.
I'm in trouble.
That's freaking pathetic, man.
Yeah, it's pretty sad, dude. Yeah. All right, got a story. Well, this started at the University of Central Florida, and the body cam footage is now coming to light.
Yes, this was last winter, I believe. The body cam footage just got released. It's from the University of Central Florida. The cops got called to campus over a stolen vehicle. Now, the officer goes into the building, and a dude with purple hair who says he's a woman was freaking out over something. Jarrett Vick is his name. And he just starts flipping out on the cops. And the officer had kind of had it.
Yeah. Oh, this person is freaking irritating too, man.
Why do you let those kids get away with this? They are not supposed to be here!
If you don't lower your voice, I am going to put handcuffs on you, and I'm going to take you to a Baker Act facility. You lower your voice, try it. Are you threatening me?
Because they said bleeping try it.
Yes, bleeping try it. Oh, buddy.
Bad move.
That's a very bad move because this police officer took that personally.
Yes.
You're threatening me. Are you threatening me? I'm just... Can we get another unit to deal with Jay Lee here? He is having a breakdown.
Say! Just say the right pronoun!
What'd you say?
He doesn't even know what he's doing.
He's like, what is happening right now? And then then it escalates because the guy brings out pepper spray, and the cop does. Hey, you need to settle down, okay?
Because this person feels like they've been misgendered.
Yes.
And that's why they're freaking out.
Yes, and an employee of the university, I feel bad for this guy because he was trying to calm this dude down, the purple-haired guy.
And he identifies as a woman?
Yes.
He needs to work harder at it.
And well, yeah. And the whoever it is that is an employee of the university at some point just throws his hands up and walks away. And you can this is why.
Yeah, roll it.
Get away!
You don't tell me where to go.
You! you cop!
Albert 73 University.
I want to get away from
No,
him.
it's too late now. It's too late now. He's going to be taken away.
Shay!
He's taken.
I just want to get away from him.
I understand that. He needs
I had to hear it like 3 times. I thought they were just going, yeah, like some sort of primal scream. And then I realized, oh, that dude is yelling she.
She, yes. Don't misgender me.
Shay! Oh, quit it. My goodness.
Shay! 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 Stop this!
Okay.
So, just say Shay!
What I want to know is, did this person have an older brother? Because I'm guessing no.
No.
Because if that person would have had a proper ass kicking at, like, say, age 14, we wouldn't get to this point.
No, you wouldn't. No.
An older brother, you're like, what are you doing?
So, yeah, he fought against the cops, was eventually subdued and arrested. And I guess the bigger story here to me, it took 2 cops to peacefully take the guy down. It's like, and that's a person that you want sharing a locker room with a girl of any age?
Heck no. Never.
No. This is by far my favorite moment of the video, though.
Okay. Roll it.
Please, this is all a big misunderstanding.
I'm going to spray him.
No, please don't say him. Her.
Okay, her. I'm going to spray her.
Thank you.
That's cinema, man.
It is, man. Oh, gosh.
Don't say him. Okay,
Yeah.
I'm going to spray her. Thank you.
Well, you gave in to what they wanted. Should never have done it. I can't top that. But for my story, I just happened to see this. It was Katie Pavlich. It's on News Nation. And she's sick and tired of especially white liberal women ripping on homeschoolers. Mm-hmm. And, you know, we can make fun of these morons plenty, but it's something special to hear someone like Katie Pavlich do it. I just really enjoyed this and thought you might as well roll it.
Real education and care for their kids.
No, from the very beginning. Thank you.
Jennifer Welch and Angie Sullivan,
You know
2
them.
women from podcast land freaking out over good parents homeschooling their children.
I just think homeschooling is a bad idea from soup to nuts. I don't care if you're a nuclear physicist. I think it's just weird as that you want your kids around you all day, every day, and all night. And just the socialization.
Okay, time out for a second before Katie Pavlich goes with her take. To me, this is how self-consumed these people are.
Oh, yeah.
Why you would want your kids around. It's not about what they want. They're doing the best thing for their kids.
Right.
They're not thinking of themselves, you dummy. Anyway, Katie.
I'll watch my language, but I find it weird that deranged woke white women like Welch and Sullivan want kids that aren't theirs to be around strange, dangerous adults who think like them. Unlike these scolds, parents who homeschool are interested in setting their kids up for success in the world, not tossing them into a failed, miserable system of leftist indoctrination. Data shows homeschooled kids have higher SAT scores, employment after graduation, higher on average income, lower depression and suicide rates, and lower arrest rates. They also generally have very good manners. The horror of that. Meanwhile, our national report card, an assessment of public schools, is an abomination, and it's getting worse. According to the National Assessment of Educational Progress, quote, in 2024, the average reading score for the nation at grade 12 was 3 points lower than in 2019 compared to the first reading assessment in 1992. The average score was 10 points lower in 2024.
Just to inject something in this, too. I mentioned it before. Different people I know that have homeschooled. And for the ones that would homeschool, say, up through 8th grade, but then they wanted them to go into a high school, right? Mm-hmm. All of them basically could take the far advanced courses when they got to high school, or they would have to dumb it down because they were far advanced by the time they were done with 8th grade.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy to me that it's still ripped on from liberals like this. But here's the rest of Katie.
Upon graduating high school, only 35% of students are proficient in reading, and in math,
Jeez.
it's only 22%. Both are failing grades. There are a lot of very good teachers out there trying to change the system. I know many of them. But the people in charge don't prioritize the best interests of children, and the woman running one of the largest teachers' unions in the country has completely lost her mind.
And it's a clip of Randy Weingarten.
Together, to vote together, to act together, to bring about change, real, lasting, life-improving change. That is the power and potential of our movement and of the AFT.
Oh, my gosh.
You catch what she said? To protest together? Cheers to the homeschoolers who value real education and care for their kids.
Right. It's not about protesting and indoctrination. Good night. Jennifer Welch, what's the other one's name?
I don't remember. Angie Humps or Sullivan?
Yeah,
or, I don't know.
Homely Glasses or something. Yeah. Whatever. Okay, man, we got a great Nimrod of the news you don't want to miss, and a news update next.
Career changers, including veterans and active duty service members. Your transition starts here. Go from GI to IT in a matter of months. Become a certified cyber warrior with training at My Computer Career. Cybersecurity specialists are in high demand, offering IT pros great opportunities and a rewarding lifestyle while protecting our people, liberty, and treasured institutions from cyber threats. Deploy your career in IT today at mycomputercareer.edu/CWP, an elite CompTIA certification partner.
VA education benefits are available to those who qualify.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm. Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation. Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-970-3355. That's 800-970-3355. 800-970-3355.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins will be back tomorrow. A lot of people talk about the weight loss injections. And you know why? Because they get results. You know the problem, though. I'm talking about needles. A lot of people want to stay away from needles, kind of freak them out, especially when you got to give yourself the shot. And there can also be some pretty intense side effects. You've probably heard about those. So if you want to lose significant weight and you don't want to deal with all of that, there is a different product that you should check out.
Yeah, Brickhouse Nutrition designed this thing called Lean. It's a weight loss supplement. You take 3 of the capsules with breakfast and you're ready to go. It works like the shots, but no needles. It supports your body to lose weight and keep that weight off. And Lean is not for somebody just trying to drop 1 or 2 pounds before a class reunion or something like that. Brickhouse Nutrition designed Lean for frustrated dieters with 10 pounds or more to lose. So let's get you started with 20% off plus free rush shipping when you go to takelean.com and use the promo code MVCR. That's promo code MVCR at takelean.com to get 20% off plus free rush shipping.
All right. News update. What you got?
Oh, man. It's. I think it's almost on between Democrats and the Democratic Socialists.
Okay.
Because you got Van Jones out there and he's chirping, and he doesn't do that on his own. I think people are talking to him. Saying like, hey, somebody's got to go out and be the bad guy.
Yes.
And tell the kids to shut the hell up for a little bit. Queensboro president, though, Donovan Richards, he's a black man, Democrat, and he weighed in on the Democratic Socialists of America, specifically on results of a survey that showed that they were 85% white. And he said, white supremacy comes in all forms.
Oh, gosh. And we'll have more on that later, too. We got to get to Nimrod.
When the going gets tough,
damn it, this is too hard.
The dumb get dumber.
All right, Ian.
It's Nimrod's in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right. Nimrod's in the News. I'll make it fast. This is Florida. I-75. Trooper noticed all these construction signs damaged down. And then there's a vehicle, an SUV, that was being driven by 58-year-old Priscilla Renee Varnes. She said, well, I got off work late, 9 o'clock. They gave her the test, .287.
Whoa, buddy.
That is drunk.
Yes, that is.
And that's Nimrod's in the News.
Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
Did we just become best friends? Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. So the Democratic Socialists are pretty white, 85%.
Oh, yeah.
So why not David Hogg being the leader?
There you go. Yeah, political coffin surfer David Hogg. He had a seat in DNC leadership but got kicked out because he was white.
That's right.
Well, now he's all in on the socialist cause. He spoke at the College Democrat Convention in D.C. the other day.
Okay.
Do we want a party that is old, rich, and out of touch? Or do we want a party led by young people like Maylot and Zora? Do we want...
Who's young and rich.
Yes, exactly.
You failed to disclose that there, David. Anyway.
Do we want a party that's led by cowards or a party that's led by truly courageous leaders who, when they are voting, ask themselves, well, which special interest is this going to piss off? Because I really don't want AIPAC to spend $1 million against me in my primary, or for Lockheed Martin to not give me my $5,000 corporate PAC check, but instead ask themselves, what is the right thing to do?
Oh, he's a tough guy now.
Oh, he's got to get the cuss word in, right?
Yes. Prove your legitimacy.
I like that. This whole AIPAC thing.
Oh, yeah, that's got to be one of the carrying card calls right there.
Yes, it is.
You have to hate the Jews if you're going to be a Democrat today.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
That's part of it. It was interesting. I saw Victor Davis Hanson, who I've said many times is like the wise uncle, depending on your age, older brother, grandpa, whatever, that just puts things in perspective. And he was on Fox last night talking about the Democratic Socialists and how it is, well, pretty white, actually.
85% of the Democratic Socialists are white, and they're affluent in their degree. They're just angry that they live in these enclaves and they can't afford a condo or a lifestyle they think their education should have guaranteed them. So it's a lot of envy, and then it's so incoherent. They talk about they're in a socialist, atheist, agnostic movement, and then they embrace, because they want something edgy and committed, so they embrace one of the most intolerant religions there are, radical Islam. They're just incompatible. So it's just a big mess, but it's basically a lot of urban people who think this message is cool and neat and will give them free stuff. But it's not coming from people in Appalachia or the Ozarks or the San Joaquin Valley. I can guarantee you that. And they're worried, this establishment, because they thought they could ride it. When you have Ro Khanna being exposed, talking about the failures of capitalism when his wife drives a $200,000 Range Rover, or Gavin Newsom saying capitalism has failed when he lives in a $9 million house, or Hassan Piker, the one that's in a Mao suit, wearing the suit of the greatest mass murderer in history while he drives a Porsche Targa. It's pretty incoherent. I think the people in the Democratic Party establishment are starting to wake up and seeing this could be an ungodly disaster.
Yeah.
Well, and that's the thing. I keep hearing people compare this to the rise of Trump within the Republican Party, because there is no question that Trump came in, he kicked in the door. I mean, how many times did we reference Bushwood from Caddyshack, right? He's
exactly.
Like, this place sucks. I think I'll buy it.
Yeah. You know? I'm buying this dump.
And yes, he did. The difference, though, And I think it's key is that, one, he spoke to things that people really cared about.
Yes.
And was receptive to people who felt like they'd been left behind, and actually had support among the people that he was talking to. With the Democrat socialists or the communists or socialists, however you want to describe them, I think they're all fairly synonymous with one another now at this point.
Yeah.
But with that group, the people that they think they're standing up for can't stand them.
No.
The working class does not support socialism.
No.
That doesn't mean that they're Republicans or Trump Republicans or Democrats exclusively. It just means they don't like these twig boy rich kids telling them, hey, look, you're going to own nothing and love it.
Exactly.
That's been the story of communism since just before the Russian Revolution. It's mostly it's a movement that is defined by trust fund kids, academics who've never lived in the real world, and brutal dictators. That's it.
And dude, you know what happens as far as the Islamists. They're using these people to get what they want.
100%.
They can't even see it. Yeah, it's going to be nasty. And I guess we're here for it.
Yeah.
Because they have no one to blame but themselves, talking about the Democratic establishment. But yeah, so you have that going on. I mentioned this last week a couple of times on Good Morning America on ABC. It just felt like they were trying so hard to make this some sort of race case when it came to Nolan Wells, this kid that drowned on the 4th of July. He happens to be black. His friends were white. They were with him that day. And, you know, all these different details that were coming out, and, you know, there were questions, and that's the way they kept saying it. Well, there are so many questions, and the parents want answers, and all of a sudden Ben Crump is down there. Yeah. And then there's Sharpton. You're like, okay, what's going on? And just as a flavor of this, from the end of the Good Morning America report last week,
for the family, but they want answers. Yes. And they want to know what happened, because there are questions that people really are wanting answers to, and the sheriff is pretty buttoned up, and he says he's not going to say anything until he has the answers people deserve.
All right. It's good to have you there on the coast. Appreciate that, Mary.
Yeah, Robin Roberts, this means a lot to her. It's a very good. Well, Brandon Tatum, known as Officer Tatum, went down to Mississippi to check it out for himself. And, you know, he was kind of previewing all the different proof he had on this, but he was really fed up. And being a black man, he is tired of the race baiting that he sees all the time.
I got to say something real quick. Benjamin Crump should be ashamed of himself. Al Sharpton should be ashamed of themselves. I'm right here in Mississippi. It's crazy that I had to fly down here to even get this information. They've been lying on these boys. I got evidence, and I'm going to show it to you, and I'm going to lay it out for you. It is a shame that boy Nolan did not get the respect that he deserved. In my opinion, they turned his death into a racial thing, destroying the community. You name it, they did it. And we got evidence that it wasn't just 4 boys with him. We got evidence that they asked Nolan to get back on the boat, and he refused to because he grown. We got evidence that the boys reached out to the parents, that Benjamin Crump and them didn't refuse to reach out to these boys. And I've talked to them. I've seen the evidence with my own eyes. I've seen that there was more than just 4 people. There was 3 boats full of kids. I know that they.
By the way, have you seen the video? There were boats all over the place.
Oh, dude, yeah, that was the thing. I heard somebody, and I don't remember who was talking about it, but they said, like, oh yeah, it was just them on this trip out to this barrier island, and I'm like, have you ever been on the coast during spring break? Because no, on those barrier islands out there that are uninhabited, basically.
Right.
No, it's a party. A lot of people take boats out there, and they all get drunk, and they have a good time, and, well, in this case, it looks like tragedy happened.
Right.
But it's not, this wasn't, some 3-hour tour kind of situation.
Right, like, okay, and it seemed like they were trying to intimate, these 3 white kids just wanted to kill the black kid, so they took him out to this remote place, and they were friends. They played together.
What if they left and they had nothing to do with this? And instead of them saying and standing up for these boys and saying, look, we don't know what happened. We want justice for Nolan. These boys didn't have no involvement. Instead, they want to make it about race. and it is a shame. And I'm so heated, man. I went out to Horn Island. We got all the video. We got the interviews. The boys wanted to talk to me because I'm the only one there to give them a voice, because everybody else is fake, fraudulent, looking out for themselves. And it's a shame, man. It's a shame. Nolan deserved better than what they did. They out here hoodwinking, trying to raise money and make stuff about race, and they have no evidence. They lied about the phone getting deleted.
Yeah.
It's a shame, man. But y'all finna find out. And a lot of y'all gonna have to apologize for the stuff that you said. You're gonna have to take that video down and apologize because you are part of the lie.
Yeah, people that were posting stuff on social media that knew nothing about it, but just wanted to fan the flames. And sometimes it's bots and sometimes it's real people.
That's like the compounding tragedy of this, because a young man lost his life.
Right.
And sadly, something like that does happen during spring break, summer vacation. Every year there's a tragedy like this because somebody, whether it's just an accident, they misjudged the riptide, they misjudged what the current was doing, they fell, hit their head, something like that. It happens all the time, and it's a tragedy that it does. But yeah, to try to turn this into some sort of national scandal without any evidence of that, is just it's a secondary tragedy on the loss of this young man's life.
And how many times will media just throw something at the wall hoping it sticks on something like this? It is. He said it is disgusting. Boy, the one video that got played over and over and over was the dude that got flipped by the bison.
Oh, yeah.
An old guy there with his grandson. He's in a hospital bed. News talked to him.
Yeah.
Did you hear any of this? I'm glad he's okay, but he just mentioned...
Even though I was on the ground, he could have stomped me, he could have gored me, could have done anything. We saw the bison, and he was down. He wasn't showing aggression or anything like that until it picked a target. That target happened to be me. At the time, I had my grandson with me. It was like, you need to get up to the amphitheater. I will deal with this down here. They move faster than you could ever imagine. He just kept coming, and he was more aggressive. And as soon as he got off that tree, he launched me in the air.
Yes. It'll be an all-timer.
That's a camping story for the ages. It's going to be really hard to top that one. And I'll tell you, man, that picture of him getting flung like 10, and I'm laughing now because I know he's okay.
Exactly.
And he was also laughing about it a little bit.
Yes.
That's a picture that you've got to get framed and hang up over the fireplace, right?
Oh, yeah.
Of him upside down.
Oh, yeah. Or if you have one of those Aura frames that we've talked about before, you could get the still picture, or you could put the video on there so every time it comes up, you see it again. It's something, man.
Did you see one somebody gave it the AI treatment? And then, so you see him go up in the air, and then all of a sudden the song "I Believe I Can Fly" comes on, and he just keeps going up and up and up, like
I haven't seen it, but I can picture it. Oh, that's pretty good, man. There's a story out of the Wall Street Journal. CEO parents hire a whole team for their kids. They're paying $4,500 for someone to potty train their kid.
Oh, come on.
Dude. Yeah, we got to get to that. And the 5 stories we're watching today. Straight ahead. If you've got a tax problem, now is the time to fix it. Seriously, this can make a huge difference in your life and peace of mind. The longer you wait, the worse it gets. And before you know it, you're in a hole that's tough to climb out of. And the IRS is not known for being patient. They can seize your assets, drain your bank accounts, garnish your wages, even shut down your business.
Don't try to fight the IRS on your own. Call Tax Defense and Relief Group if you've got an issue with the IRS. Tax Defense and Relief Group steps in immediately. They deal with the IRS for you and work to resolve your debt for the lowest amount allowed by law.
Yeah, don't stress out. Get help. They've got over 20 years of experience, thousands of cases behind them. They know what they're doing. Give yourself some peace of mind. Call the Tax Defense and Relief Group at 888-322-0077. That's 888-322-0077. Don't wait. Protect your money, your business, and your future today. That's 888-322-0077.
He's coming.
Surprise! Your table saw broke. Also, the warranty expired weeks ago, so you need to pay for anyone out of pocket.
At Progressive, we know small business owners don't usually like surprises because they cost you money. But a good surprise that could save you money? Getting a commercial auto quote from Progressive.
Oh, and the replacement part you ordered doesn't fit, so it's completely useless. What a waste.
Surprise yourself. See if you can save in as little as 8 minutes at ProgressiveCommercial.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores.
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins out. He'll be back tomorrow. Now it's the 5 stories we're watching today.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Okay, number 5, Lindsey Graham's little sister, Darlene, says she's going to run for a full Senate term in South Carolina.
Are you surprised?
Not really, because there have been rumblings that was going to be the case. And for her, it's like she's kind of an unknown quantity except to the people in the party apparatus who matter.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, as far as like who can be the kingmaker, et cetera. And we'll see what the voters have to say, but the polling is pretty favorable for her right now.
Wow.
So we'll see. Number 4, Nicaragua's socialist president Daniel Ortega declared the country will no longer have elections because, well, there's been a lot of right-wing and pro-capitalism people winning elections all over Latin America.
Yes.
So he's like, you know what? Never mind. We're just not going to do that. Number 3, HHS Secretary RFK Jr. announced that the Trump administration is pausing more than $1 billion in Medicaid payments to California and Minnesota over suspected fraud and noncompliance.
Good.
Number 2, President Trump meeting with the president of Lebanon today as the war heats back up with Iran. And number 1, an update on the COVID cover-up. I know nothing's going to happen, but it's still interesting to know that in February of 2021, Customs wanted to talk to Peter Daszak coming in from abroad. He was a key figure working with that Wuhan lab. Well, they were going to stop him at the airport to talk to him, but the FBI intervened and said, nah, hands off.
And the thing was, his name was out there early on, even in later stages of 2020.
Yes.
Talking about gain-of-function research. Mm-hmm. And all that was just right-wing conspiracy crap. No, it was all true.
Yes.
And the media will not cover this story.
No, they won't. It's just, well, it's Rand Paul. I mean, he's the one releasing all of this. And I mean, I got my problems with Rand Paul, but
sure.
I mean, I think that he still does want to at least get to the bottom of some of this.
And I would guess most reasonable people in the country would want to know what happened.
Yeah, I think so.
Everybody's life was turned upside down.
The world changed. I mean,
of course.
Yeah. Those are the top 5 stories that we're watching today. Brickhouse Nutrition designed lean for frustrated dieters with 10 pounds or more to lose. So let's get you started. 20% off plus free rush shipping. Go to TakeLean.com. Use promo code MVCR. That's promo code MVCR at TakeLean.com.
They were talking about this on Fox earlier. It was a Wall Street Journal story about how when one nanny isn't enough, CEO parents or very wealthy parents hire a whole team to help with their kids. And, you know, the piece starts talking about, as a mother of 2, there are certain tasks that Christine Landis won't do. She's never clipped her children's toenails. She's too anxious for that. So the nanny handles it.
Too anxious for that.
That's what she said. Most nights, the family assistant takes care of bath time. Landis also hands off what she calls repetitive play, like reading the same book over and over. She doesn't want to be bothered with that. Or watching her toddler open and close the door for 45 minutes. She doesn't want to do any of that stuff. Okay? And so they're talking about these parents, and they'll pay upwards of $4,500 for a potty training consultant. Yeah.
Okay.
One of the great joys, right, is teaching your kid how to ride a bike.
Yes.
And then
I
watch
just did
him
it
complete.
with my daughter.
Well, some of these parents are outsourcing that, paying $80 to $450 an hour to help the kid learn how to ride a bike.
Okay. Is there an application process or something that I can?
I don't know. And then, if a kid's going to summer camp, you can't be bothered with packing for that. So they're hiring out people for $125 an hour.
This is how you create rich kid socialists, man.
Yes, it is. Full-time travel nanny costs between $120,000 and $170,000. Some of these parents are paying to outsource basically the parenting at $250,000.
Then you don't want kids.
Exactly.
It's okay to not want kids. Dang.
Yeah. It's like, wow, man. That is really sad. All right, biggest story of the day, David.
All right, biggest story of the day. We'll see what happens next in Iran as things are heating up yet again. Kuwait saying that they got hit at an electrical facility, and then also a desalinization plant got taken out of commission.
All right, we'll get to that. Robbie Starbuck. A lot of people familiar with Robbie Starbuck because he's exposed a lot of companies for, could be DEI practices, critical race, whatever it is. As you've said before, if he calls, people are like, oh, they freak out.
Yeah.
He is done with the Candace Owens nonsense.
Really?
Done. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We will get to that and around to What's Your Story straight ahead. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins, back tomorrow. Looking forward to all the stories. One of his favorites, Brandon Gill, strikes again, you say, David.
Yeah, so he's talking to the director of the Smithsonian today, and he wants to bring up something called the Mass Action Toolkit, which is a resource not developed by the Smithsonian, but utilized by it. Now, what is the Mass Action Toolkit? Well, the project had a name before it had a plan. The acronym came to me before I knew what it would become. In December of 2014, this is according to the person who founded it, a group of museum bloggers wrote a joint statement urging museums to respond to the crisis happening in Ferguson.
Oh, my gosh.
Very few did. Well, of course. It's like, well, dang. What do we have to do about it?
No kidding.
Museums Respond to Ferguson was born out of that, and then it became this mass action toolkit that's available to try to insert social justice into the museum space.
So it all started, and what happened in Ferguson was based on a lie.
Yes. Hands up, don't shoot.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that's where it starts.
Yes.
Which brings us to what, this question?
Brandon Gill wants to know about, well, a particular thing in the Mass Action Toolkit made available by the Smithsonian.
Okay, roll it.
Is it important to be polite?
Yes, sir.
It's also interesting because the same Mass Action Toolkit that your organization has been promoting references politeness as a defining characteristic of white supremacy culture. Ma'am, are you a white supremacist?
No, sir.
You're not. Can you help me square why your organization says that being polite is part of being a white supremacist?
I'm not exactly familiar with that passage of the Mass Action Toolkit, which is not
I can show you the
one that we
passage right
developed.
here.
We didn't develop it. No, you just promote it, right?
Oh, my gosh. That's hilarious. He is so good at pointing stuff like that out.
He is.
So then, yeah, I want the old follow-up. Are they going to take that away? That politeness is, what is it?
Politeness is part of white supremacist culture.
Yeah.
Politeness as a defining characteristic.
Defining characteristic, that's it.
See, and I don't understand that, because when I think white supremacist groups, I think the KKK, very famously not polite people.
Not at all.
No.
No, that's something. Boy, that's hilarious. Okay, I mentioned Robbie Starbuck, who's exposed a lot of different companies, was friends with Charlie Kirk, and has seen what has happened over time, especially with Candace Owens, talking about how, TPUSA was in on it. She's gone after Erica Kirk, and it's been this ongoing thing. So I just happened to see this on X. This whole special that he put together is like 58 minutes long.
Yeah.
Easy to check out. And the beginning of it is, it starts like this.
Over the past 10 months, I've seen my friend Charlie Kirk's murder used in some of the most grotesque ways somebody can possibly conceive of. And it's been heartbreaking to watch. Bad actors have taken a spiritual revival that his murder sparked and they've stomped on it just before reversing to run over it again. And I've had enough. So today, I'm going to do what bad actors really don't want anyone to do. And yes, I am signing up to take the arrows that go along with doing this. You've likely heard the theories by now ranging from President Trump did it, to Erica did it, no Turning Point did it, Israel did it, no, it was the Egyptians. Actually, maybe it was the French Foreign Legion in league with a Mormon bee cult. Or was it guys in maroon shirts? It seems to change.
You're laughing, David.
The beekeeper thing was really funny to me.
Yeah, that was pretty good. Yeah, he goes on.
The bullet, it came from below, or was it behind? Or was it from the front row? Wait, actually, there was no bullet at all. It was an exploding mic, and there was a trap door involved. Every week, there's a new villain to frame. Every week, a new bombshell that's going to break this wide open. And every week, the last bombshell quietly disappears. Unlike people who are paying their bills on these theories, I will not be keeping any monetization from this video. I'll either send it to a trust for Charlie's kids if his team can coordinate it, or I'll donate it to a cause that was near and dear to Charlie's heart. That being said, it is time to take a blowtorch to the various conspiracy theories about how state actors were secretly responsible for the assassination of our friend Charlie Kirk.
Yeah. And the way it starts is almost like a trailer. It gives you like a preview of what's to come. You know what I mean? And that started like
Every
this.
week, there's a new villain to frame. Every week, a new bombshell that's going to break this wide open. And every week, the last bombshell quietly disappears. This brings us somewhere between, let's say, 800 and 2,000 people who would be involved in the murder of Charlie Kirk. Your theory requires the world's smartest killers to pick the world's dumbest plan, leave the shooter alive, leave his texts intact, and fool everyone except you and Candace Owens.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, the logistics is a problem with all of that.
Very much so. But it always changes.
Oh, for sure.
And he points that out because
she's a female. She's I'm just scared, and like I'm looking online.
When she was mocking Erica Kirk,
they're just saying that like they want me to die. Now, Mr. Vice President, I'm just so overwhelmed. Dab, dab, dab. No tears. I'm so overwhelmed.
I think it's disgusting that influencer wars and drama and people saying stupid things to each other has become the narrative instead of a spiritual revival. When you watch Candace, you need to ask yourself, what win is she stacking up? Because right now it looks like the only win is happening in her bank account. His death, his murder is not entertainment, and people have turned it into that. It's turned into infotainment, and it's pretty sick.
Yeah, because they're tracking how much money she's making off views. And as long as you keep it going somehow, some way, you just keep racking in money.
Pretty much it. Yeah.
Yeah. So, yeah, I don't know exactly if that will be addressed. I really don't pay attention to much of what she says.
Yeah.
You know, something else will come up at some point in time. Yeah. But I am glad that Robbie Starbuck's like, okay, enough.
Well, it is kind of hard that the guy who took on DEI and critical race theory in corporate America so effectively that they would change their HR policies just from him giving a phone call to them.
Oh, yeah. John Deere, Harley Davidson, Robbie Starbuck on the phone. No!
Jack Daniels. Yeah. It's like, that guy is somehow in league with communist, Jewish, beekeeper enthusiast cult leaders and the French Foreign Legion, the Macrons, and the FBI and the CIA. And the only person who's been able to connect that dots is somebody with a podcast.
Correct.
Sure. That makes sense. Yeah.
Yes. And it's that time. We do it a couple of times a day. Go around the table. It may not be the biggest story out there, but it caught your attention. You want to bring it in? David, what's your story here?
Well, I had missed this, but apparently it's been mathematically proven as to why soccer kind of sucks.
Wow.
Yeah.
I'm really interested to hear this.
This is from Robert Lynch. The favorite fails to win 45% of the time in soccer. That's higher than baseball, hockey, basketball, and football. Compare that to tennis, where over 5 sets, the favorite loses only about 21% of the time. In other words, play long enough and skill wins out. However, in an average 90-minute soccer match, the better team is only slightly more likely to win than the better player is in a single hand of poker. Both are basically coin flips. The main thing that drives the randomness is low event count. A basketball game, for example, has around 100 possessions per team. A tennis match has hundreds of points, but a soccer match can turn on a single shot hitting the crossbar, one bad call, or a ball bouncing off of someone's shin. There's simply not enough scoring for skill to drown out luck. You saw it this month. Spain, European champions, 90 times the population, controlled the ball for 70% of the half and took 27 shots at Cape Verde, who were playing in their first World Cup ever and could not score once. Cape Verde, a nation the size of Guilford County, North Carolina, then drew all 3 of their group games and advanced to the knockout round. If this were a one-off, it'd be a great underdog story. But it happens all the time. In 2018, Iceland, population 350,000, tied Argentina. If tennis worked this way, no one would ever win more than one Grand Slam, and there'd be a new group of people you've never heard of in the quarterfinals every time, which is to say with soccer, most of what you're watching is luck. It's like it's like watching professional roulette on television.
Wow. And see, the thing is, I don't know enough about soccer to know, is that a great take or is that full of baloney? I'm not sure.
I think it's just the numbers.
Yeah. Well, it is, man. And I know there's a skill to all of it, like with the headers and all that sort of stuff. But there is a randomness to it, and especially with part of the sport being about acting.
Yeah.
And I know you could say the same thing about basketball, at least to an extent, when you're, flopping and stuff like that. But it's different level with soccer.
Yeah, it is.
And I have no idea the dude that got booted, basically, because it was Argentina down a guy. Was that a good call or not? I don't know. I don't know the game well enough to know. I mean, guys falling down all the time.
Yeah.
Who knows? That's a funny take, though. We'll say that. I happen to see this headline. And I'm like, I don't know if I believe this or not. But the headline was, most Americans are willing to swap out meat for beans.
I'm sure.
I love your reaction.
I'm sure.
And, okay, it's a little misleading because you get into the story, and it's saying, well, 95% of Americans say they eat beans fairly regularly, and 57% of meat eaters say they'd be willing to swap out meat for beans at least once a week.
Oh, well.
Well, that's not the same.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't even be one of those because I'm not a fan of beans. I'm not swapping out meat for beans. According to this, 53% say they do it to be healthier. 41% they do it to reduce the cost of groceries. 40% want an alternative protein source. And 34% would do it to cut back on processed foods. Okay. And then it goes into what beans are the most popular, all that stuff. So once a week, as a meat guy, are you swapping out meat once a week for beans?
I eat beans probably 3 times a week.
Okay.
And as a side, with meat.
Now that's a great American right there. I like it. If you beans at all, it's not a substitute. It goes along with the meat.
Add on to that protein, brother.
There you go. All right. Man arrested for surfing naked on train. Oh, come on. Nimrod's in the news, and a news update coming up next.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along. Which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free. ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-970-3355. That's 800-970-3355. 800-970-3355.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins. You know, if you're waking up in the middle of the night and you're sweating, you're thinking, man, the heat outside, I hate it because I can't sleep good. It may not be the heat outside. It could be your mattress that is trapping all the heat while you sleep, and then you wake up and you're a sweaty mess. It used to happen to you, David.
Oh, yeah. Well, not since I switched to Ghost Bed, though. The cooling is built right into every mattress. They don't make you pay extra for it. You will notice the difference immediately. And also, it's a really comfortable mattress, too. I mean, it's the nicest thing it's the nicest mattress I've ever owned for sure. And Ghost Bed gives you 101 nights to try it in your own home. You can sleep on it for the rest of the summer and decide for yourself. Well, the rest of the summer and then some. And decide for yourself. So right now, Ghost Bed is giving our audience an extra 10% off. Go to ghostbed.com/MVCR. Use promo code MVCR to get that extra 10% off. That's ghostbed.com/MVCR. Promo code MVCR.
News update, David Van Camp.
Oh, boy, there's some big CYA happening in the state of New Jersey right now. This is a big deal. So we've heard a lot about elections and election integrity. And, well, there's, Trump is just you're making things up, safe and secure.
Okay.
Well, Governor Mikey Sherrill decided to put out a statement ahead of this breaking in the news, saying, last week I learned that a serious software error in New Jersey's motor vehicle system led to the registration of roughly 6,600 people who indicated they were not U.S. citizens between June 2023 and June 2024. And I love how she ends that sentence, almost 3 years prior to my taking office, by the way. So when they're getting their driver's license or applying for a driver's license or an ID card, they're asked, are you a U.S. citizen? Well, in this case, almost 7,000 people clicked no, not a U.S. citizen. But the system registered them to vote. Now, they were just registered to vote, right? About 400 of them actually cast ballots. Again,
it never happens. It never happens, and if it does, it's incredibly rare.
Yes. And then what are you supposed to do about that after the fact? Because we're just finding out about this, almost 2 years after the last presidential election?
Right.
You can't, there's no way to rectify this error here. But they clicked no, and these people, most of them did the right thing. They clicked no when asked if they were a U.S. citizen, and the system messed up. Sure.
Yeah. You're not buying that either.
No, I'm not buying that either.
No.
And so now they're getting out ahead of this, and I love this. She writes, Trump has zero credibility on the issue of election integrity. No, I think he's got some. I think you just explained why he's got some integrity on the issue of election integrity.
Yes, and they just released info the legacy media didn't cover. And it seems like you're getting out in front of this to cover your own behind.
Absolutely, she is. It's smart to do that, and I appreciate the transparency, even if it comes under duress.
Yeah. Well, all right. I have a completely unrelated question. I thought with Avengers Endgame, that was it. The trailer just dropped for Avengers Doomsday. And that's coming out December 18th. Because I haven't followed this. I watched almost all those movies until the Endgame, and then I'm like, okay, I'm done. And haven't been to a Marvel movie since. And then I'm like, wait, I thought it was done.
Yeah, I never finished Endgame. I was so bored in that movie.
Wow. Like all that time put into it not to see it through?
Yeah, no. I didn't care.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. And well, at least Thor is in this one. I don't know. And they got Robert Downey Jr. playing a
Dr.
Doomsday.
Doom, I think.
Yeah. What's this?
They were far stronger than all of us put together, and they died.
And now I got you chumps to fight with, apparently. The new crew. I don't know if I can get into that or not. We got to get the Nimrods. Here we go.
When the going gets tough.
Damn it, this is too hard.
The dumb get dumber.
All right, Dean.
It's Nimrods in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right. Nimrods in the news. Well, go to Colorado. Police arrested a dude from Arizona, Daniel Balance. Why? He was caught surfing naked on top of a moving locomotive.
Oh.
The department said in a statement, for those of you who had the unfortunate experience of seeing this gentleman, I want you to know that he was arrested on felony and misdemeanor charges. Daniel expressed his love of vodka, beer, and playing the banjo. Unfortunately, we had to separate him from those he loves in the train ride. At least they had fun with it. Yeah. Naked guy on the train, and that's Nimrod's in the news.
Are you ready? Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, and Scott Robbins.
We just become best friends. Yep.
Making sense of it all.
Now I get it.
And having some fun.
Lighten up, Francis.
This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins will be back tomorrow. News update, David Van Camp.
Well, I just want to hit on this again really quick. So the governor of New Jersey is getting ahead of some, I guess, what was going to be a big scoop. But 6,600 non-citizens who applied for driver's licenses in New Jersey were registered to vote. Even though they said when they were applying, it asked the question, are you a citizen, chick, yes or no? They clicked no, but the state registered them to vote anyway. Now, how many people just clicked yes, and the state didn't catch it?
Exactly. We have no idea.
But the Save America Act, terrible.
Yes, it's racist.
Come on. About 400 people who were mistakenly registered to vote actually voted. And releasing this information today, Governor Mikey Sherrill says this is proof that they're ensuring they protect elections. You've actually just proven you're incapable of protecting elections.
Yes. What it's proof of is someone else got the story, and you had to get out in front of it.
Yeah.
And this way you can sort of try to control the narrative the best you can at this point.
Yes.
You know, all this talk about election integrity, and legacy media didn't even cover what Trump had said the other night or do an analysis of all the files that were released. Yeah. They didn't do it. But it's interesting when you go back in time and hear the likes of Whoopi Goldberg and Kamala Harris talking about paper ballots back in 2019, for crying out loud.
You said something I have been saying forever and ever, and I'm going to say 45 seconds. You've been saying that it's time for us to go back to paper ballots. Why?
Because Russia can't hack a piece of paper.
There you go.
There you go.
Senator Kamala Harris.
There you go.
You know, Trump ought to just do a press conference where he plays all of these clips.
I would love it.
Where he doesn't say a single word.
Oh, I would love that. The one I had earlier, it goes on and on and on. I only played a piece of that. Talking about, oh, yeah, these can be hacked, and that's why we should do paper ballots, blah, blah, blah. Did you see Ron DeSantis with Bill Maher? And it was the gotcha on Maher? Because I'll just play you the clip. Because in the beginning, it seemed like he had DeSantis on his heels, and then it just sort of got flipped. Roll it.
But you campaigned for election deniers in 2022. This I do not forgive.
Well,
to quote The Godfather. I mean, Carrie Lake, who said Biden is an illegitimate president. Trump didn't.
Well, now she's attacking me, so maybe I did make a mistake there, because she's out there saying, she's trying to say that we mandated vax in Florida when we did the opposite. We protected people even from private mandates. So that may have been.
But Trump lost the election, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So why did you campaign for people who?
Because I wanted to see Republicans win key races.
And
I think it's important.
That's not a deal breaker issue for you. That's not democracy.
Well, okay. Well, let's go back to 2016. Your friends in Hollywood were cutting ads telling the Electoral College to vote against Trump in the Electoral College because it was stolen. They said Russia stole the election. For years they said that. So don't act like this is like a unique thing in modern history of the country.
Good point.
First of all, Ron, I have no friends in Hollywood.
You do remember those commercials, though. I remember them.
Pretty good back and forth. Yeah. So, yeah, that's pretty interesting out of New Jersey today.
Yes, it is.
And then what is Jasmine Crockett talking about with the Smithsonian conversation today on Capitol Hill?
Well, she's really mad because Republicans are having this hearing today about, wokeness in the Smithsonian, et cetera. And Jasmine Crockett brought up the World Cup, and I'm having trouble following all of this, but maybe you can make sense of it.
The World Cup that captured the imaginations of the entire world when they saw all of these people of color that was playing for all these teams. And ultimately, if you recall, the last two teams, it was Argentina and Spain. And it seemed like the vast majority of the world was rooting for Argentina, or actually against Argentina, right? And why was that? Just give me an explanation if you could guess. If you'll just let them finish the answer.
Spain had the best team. Maybe that's why they were rooting for them.
There's also a racist history that exists as it relates to
Mr. Byer, you're
Argentina.
recognized.
Thank you.
She doesn't even know who people were rooting for. But whichever it was racist.
Yes, right.
Okay. The racist thing with Jasmine has really jumped the shark. I mean, it has for a long time, but this is something, like, I don't even have a point, but it's racist. Like, we've joked about she'll make anything racist. And I think, is this the same rant today? Because, yes, it's July 21st, 2026, an anti-ICE rant from Jasmine Crockett.
Okay.
I'll just roll it.
On every single level that worked together to make sure that was shut down. But let's talk about what this is really about. And I know y'all knew it was coming, especially once I showed up. It's racist. It's just racist,
Of course it is.
racist, okay? Now let me tell you why it is racist, all right? This ain't about whether or not you're concerned that the immigrant is coming in and the immigrant is gonna kill everybody. That is not what it is. It's not. It's the things like what your fearless leader said when he said they're poisoning the blood, okay? What this is about is racism. Because the last time I checked, supposedly this administration, not even just this administration, let me just be clear. Your president, he is the one that said white South African refugees needed their own program. And so therefore, he decided that he would raise the cap on how many refugees could come into the United States, but it was only raised for white South Africans. The administration set a limit of 17,500 slots, planned to admit more white South Africans as refugees this year.
You're growing impatient, David. I can see it.
Okay. She's just saying the same words over and over again.
Yes.
Is there a point here?
I don't know.
Here's the point. Every time I see these images of these officers who obviously are completely incompetent, none of that money that has been given to ICE has been given so that they could be trained up and know how to do the daggone job. Seems like they are specifically targeting people because of how they look. In fact, earlier, one of my colleagues from across the aisle.
Hold on a second. Because this goes on for like another 3 minutes. Last I checked, Jasmine, when you're looking at all the files of people that are here illegally and have committed crimes who ICE was going after first, they just happen to be people of color. We didn't have mice or what? A crazy amount of immigration from Sweden.
No.
That didn't happen. So what do you think is going to happen? It has nothing to do with the color of anyone's skin. I know that's what you deal in all the time. That's like the gig. But for most people, it's not that. It's they want the criminals out of the country. That's it.
Yes.
And as long as immigration is legal, yes, people don't care if their doctor is Indian. They don't.
Nope.
They just want the best doctor. It has nothing to do with color of skin. I know that breaks your heart, but that's the truth. My goodness, man. Everything.
I do like.
And then I think this was no more of her. My gosh. There was also Ayanna Pressley. And this, again, they're talking to Dr. Blight, and this is about the Smithsonian? Talking about neo-fascist autocrats? What in the heck is that about? I have no idea. What is she saying? Roll it. Go ahead. We'll just suffer together.
Dr. Blight, when people see the warning signs that you mentioned, why is it important that they speak up and take action?
Well, it's important because if the people don't stand up, they lose these institutions. And as you just suggested, the black world came to America for the World Cup. I wonder if people notice that the world is black and brown, and the teams from European countries were black and brown.
Okay.
People were welcomed from all over the world, no matter what their color was.
Right? What is that? I don't.
I know. I don't even know what we're talking about with these people. It's just the same stuff. It's just you just scream it's racist because we said so, and we're used to getting our way. And there are just enough people in the country now that are like, no, we're done with it. Just done.
The world is black and brown. I don't know if you knew that. What?
My gosh, man. And then you have the left with a guy like Hassan Piker saying one of the biggest mass murders in history, pretty good leader.
Yeah, Hassan Piker. This is a left-wing podcaster or streamer, I guess. He's been making a lot of waves in the left-wing mediaverse and even into mainstream media as well, because there was, I think it was the New York Times a couple of years ago says, has the left found their Joe Rogan? And when we were talking about it at the time, I'm like, the left had its own Joe Rogan. His name is Joe Rogan. I mean, Joe Rogan's not a conservative.
No.
Still isn't today.
No, he's not.
But anyway, he's a communist who also was a keynote speaker at the College Democrats convention, and he likes to dress up like Chairman Mao.
Which is amazing.
And talked about how it was to honor him.
Oh, roll it.
I got stopped by a cop who thought I was like making fun of Mao Zedong, which I never would and never will. Mao Zedong is a one of the great leaders of this world, okay? A man who changed the entire universe, the entire planet, okay? For real, yes. I mean, there was a lot of excesses, let's be real, but the People's Republic of China would not exist without Mao Zedong.
Well, yeah. I mean, what? The thing is that's interesting about Hassan Piker in particular is he's not particularly well-spoken. He's an idiot. I mean, you just listen to him talk, and he can't form a coherent argument at all. If he, let's say, was 280 pounds, had acne, a receding hairline, and white, you would not know him. You would never have heard of him.
It's the looks of the name.
Right. It's the fact that he's in pretty good shape and he's a good-looking dude. That's it.
Man, that was just an interesting group of audio clips that we just had there together. And honestly, it's not that often where my jaw is like open going, I don't even know what the hell they're talking about. part of it. And the other part is, I can't believe that dude just said that.
Yeah. Well, in terms of the 20th century, which was a brutal century for humanity, in terms of just widespread death, Mao Zedong, he's the freaking league leader when it comes to killing his own people.
Yes. But a great leader, he says. Wow. Okay. There's plenty more to get to. You know what? I think you may be surprised by this. They always talk about the big income gap. The rich and the poor in America is a travesty.
Yeah.
There are certain stats that they leave out of that when they are projecting this huge gap. Which I'm like, okay, this economist, you'll want to hear this bit coming up in just a few. And the 5 stories we're watching today coming right up.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-576-2024. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS.
Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start.
Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems.
We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau.
You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com
or call 800-576-2024. That's 800-576-2024.
Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
Are you having trouble hearing? Hearing loss can devastate the quality of your life. Now, there's an affordable fix for you or your loved one. Rated the best hearing aids of 2026 by Forbes Health, Audion Hearing has the highest quality hearing aids at the lowest prices, starting at just $98 a pair.
I actually like them better than my old $5,000 hearing aids.
I could not believe how my hearing and life changed.
Join over 1 million happy customers by going to audionhearing.com. That's AUDIEN hearing.com.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
All right. Has the whole world gone crazy?
Yes.
Possibly. This is the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins will be back tomorrow. Now it's the 5 stories we're watching today.
All right, number 5, Lindsey Graham's sister, Darlene, says she will be running for a full Senate term in South Carolina after filling the rest of her late brother's term now. Number 4, Nicaragua's socialist president, Daniel Ortega, declares the country will no longer have elections, as Latin America has seen a major surge in conservative capitalists winning elections.
Why have the illusion of it?
Right, exactly. Just, whatever, we're just going to cancel it. Yeah, no more. Yeah. Number 3, the U.S. Department of the Treasury has prevented nearly $99 million in federal payments from being dispersed to deceased individuals using a new verification system. Yeah. Number 2, update on the COVID cover-up in February 2021. Customs wanted to talk to this guy named Peter Daszak, a key figure at the Wuhan lab. Well, Customs wanted to talk to him, and they were going to stop him at the airport, but the FBI called off the dogs. They said, nah, don't talk to him. Don't worry about it.
Biden's Department of Justice. Way to go.
You're really attacking not only Dr. Anthony Fauci, you're attacking science.
Mm-hmm. All right, and then number 1, it's so frustrating, and the lip service we're getting from the Democrats about this is frustrating as well. 6,600 non-citizens who applied for driver's license in New Jersey were registered to vote, even though they said they were not citizens. These are not people who tried to game the system. they clicked no, not a citizen, when they were getting their paperwork. About 400 of them actually did vote. Governor Mikey Sherrill says this is proof that they're ensuring to protect their elections. And also
it's proof that you failed.
Yes. And also is still attacking Donald Trump as having no leg to stand on, basically, when it comes to talking about election integrity. Well, no, I think he's got a leg to stand on.
And they released the files.
In fact, I believe, at least in the state of New Jersey that we know of, he's got about 6,600 legs to stand on.
Yes, agreed. Wow. Okay. I mentioned the income gap and how that's always talked about on the left. John Stossel was talking with economist Don Boudreaux, and he's bringing this up. I don't know if John Stossel knew this or not, but he acted surprised.
That gap is due to a statistical illusion. What's the illusion? First of all, the Census Bureau, which is where those numbers come from, they don't count the handouts given to low-income households, which are large. They don't count the taxes paid by high-income households, which are also large. Once you take just those two things into account, the measured level of income differences between high-income Americans and low-income Americans shrinks dramatically.
And they just don't count it?
They just don't count it.
Why?
The Census Bureau has been asked this. I've never seen a good answer.
The government says 11% of the population lives in poverty. Shouldn't government do more to help?
That's false. The official measure is 11%, but if you take account of the transfers that are paid to lower income households, that figure falls to 2.5%. We have basically conquered poverty in America. It's astonishing that we've done it.
Dude, I brought this up before because you're talking about what is considered poor in the United States. Yeah. People with, the latest smartphone, all the appliances, amenities, all this stuff. Talking with other Christian people going, okay, one of the things we're supposed to do is give to the poor, right? And maybe that's through your church or it's through a charity or whatever it is. What is the poor? Because the poor defined in America is not the poor defined by biblical standards when it was written. And you're always trying to figure that out.
Yeah.
It's not that you shouldn't be generous. You should, but wisely.
Well, the impoverished people around the world who are living on less than $1 a day.
Exactly. Yeah. Wow. Okay, something else we still got to get to. Former Texas State Guard vet dropped out of Penn State. Can't wait to tell you why next. The Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins out. Back tomorrow. Looking forward to that. All the stories. Okay. I don't know if you have a news update. I have a quick one.
All right, go ahead.
It's just amazing the amount of people that would stick up for Biden, say he was fit. He's running circles around his staff.
Right.
Of course, he's ready to run again. And then call out Trump for being senile. This happened with Seth Moulton today on PMS Now, and he actually got called out on it.
I mean, he's so senile. I don't know if he remembers that he signed the agreement, but I think what's remarkable
We do not know that he's senile. That is a medical assessment that we cannot make.
Steph can't make
okay,
it,
but common sense. I mean, look at this guy every day. I mean,
So the legal team must have told the host, hey, we got to be careful with this stuff.
Right.
And again, look at him every day. And trying to tell people that Biden was great.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, of course
America
he was.
is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to put him...
Exactly.
Yes.
Fit. That guy. Of course.
That's what it should say on the Trump $1 coin.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's how I define America. You better believe it, Joe. That right.
Yeah.
What was your update?
Oh, well, I mean, this is an outrageous story. 6,600 people who were getting driver's licenses or state IDs in New Jersey between 2023 and 2024. they were non-citizens. They clicked the button, apparently, that said, no, I'm not a citizen, but they were registered to vote by the state anyway. About 400 of those people actually did cast ballots. They voted. The vast majority did not. They were like, well, no, I'm not a citizen. I don't get to vote. They were more honest than others.
Mm-hmm.
Mikey Sherrill, the governor of New Jersey, is getting out in front of this because I think it was probably going to break. Like someone had gotten word of it, and it's like, all right, we're going to get in front of this to make us look like, hey, we're on the ball here, okay? We're doing this. And in the statement that she initially put out, she did say, this happened more than about 3 years before I took office. Don't blame me for this.
Yeah.
But then she's trying to turn it around on Trump like election integrity and concerns about election integrity is just one big conspiracy theory. Here she is speaking just moments ago.
Okay.
Let me be clear. Donald Trump has zero credibility on the issue of election integrity. For the past 10 years, he's cried wolf and peddled bizarre conspiracy theories about fraud with no evidence. I saw the consequences of Trump's lies on January 6th. I was in the Capitol when he and his followers tried to steal the election and put the lives of hundreds of members of our law enforcement at risk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that's obviously all prepared.
Yeah.
Just nonsense. They just released the files the other night after the speech and talking about what China has done. And then to say, well, he's got no credibility.
Yeah.
And I'm sure to a lot of the audience of that, they'll say, well, yeah, we totally understand what you're saying there, Mikey. And you were asking off air if I thought Good Morning America will cover it tomorrow. I would say if I had to guess, no. But if they do, it will be probably at the bottom of the hour when they come back from break and do it in one of those 10 to 15 second quick hit type things.
Well, I don't know. I think they might actually cover it because it's in New Jersey. It's their backyard.
Yeah.
And so it's like, they treat anything that happens in that part of the country as just like local news that everybody's got to know.
Right.
And so I think maybe it's going to be unavoidable to cover it in the morning shows tomorrow, but it is going to be, this is by mistake. They've rectified this, and, then they'll probably pivot to Trump like Mikey Sherrill is doing right now.
Right. And using some sort of false claim as an example.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, man, when you're talking about all the election integrity, and it's infuriating that the SAVE Act hasn't been passed already by Republicans. I can't even explain it to people. It's like, why hasn't it happened? I'm like, I really don't have a great explanation. But you've had all these Democrats for a long, long time talking about how, oh my gosh, our elections are not safe. We've got to do everything possible. The machines can be hacked. We played part of the montage earlier.
Hack into them. It makes it seem like all these states are doing different things, but in fact, 3 companies are controlling this.
It is the individual voting machines that pose some of the greatest risk.
There are a lot of states that are dealing with antiquated machines, right, which are vulnerable to being hacked.
Yes, of course. And of course, Hillary Clinton was out there in front of all of it. She led the montage.
Hack into them. It makes it seem like...
No, way at the beginning with Hillary. Yes.
Virginia just stopped using touchscreen computer voting because it's so vulnerable.
Right.
We need to look at all the voting machines. Every Secretary of State needs to be, assisted in making sure that they are not being hacked and attacked.
I continue to think that our voting machines are too vulnerable.
Researchers have repeatedly demonstrated that ballot recording machines and other voting systems are susceptible to tampering.
Even hackers with limited prior knowledge, tools, and resources are able to breach voting machines in a matter of minutes.
Yeah.
But now it's a conspiracy theory.
Exactly. Yep, with no proof.
The other thing I want to know about with New Jersey is how many people clicked yes, I am a citizen, when that was a lie.
Yeah, because it doesn't seem like that question's been asked yet.
Right. Well, and there's that part of it, and then also, part of the key provision of the Save America Act that has been so controversial among Democrats is that you would have to actually demonstrate that you are a citizen. You would have to provide proof of citizenship when you register to vote. Boy, I think New Jersey just really gave us a good argument in favor of that.
Yes. Absolutely. And think about it. It just so happens in this story that the people were then able to vote, even though they clicked no.
Yeah.
How often does that work in your favor in the real world when there's a mistake?
Right.
Say I sign up for, say it's a news service or like the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah.
It's like, hey, if you want to read this for a temporary subscription, sign up here. Okay, you do. And then the temporary runs out. Now you can't see the stories. Do they ever make the mistake where you can just keep doing it for free?
Right. No, that doesn't happen.
Usually doesn't happen. I'm not buying that this just was some sort of glitch in the computer.
There's a bigger story here.
I totally believe that. I mentioned Texas, or a former Texas State guard that went to Penn State Law School and dropped out. I happened to see this. Lives at TikTok posted this, and I thought it was really interesting. A guy named David Blackman. And it sort of highlights the left, and certainly universities don't want to give up on critical race theory and DEI.
Oh, yeah.
Because that's been the game for years and years and years to change the language and oppressor and oppressed, and this is David Blackman.
Penn State required me to take a class built around critical race theory and something that they dressed up as an anti-racism course. I could disagree in my own head, but to pass the class, I felt that I had to write what they wanted to hear, and I wasn't willing to sacrifice my reputation and buy a law degree with my conscience.
Okay, so again, Penn State Law School, and this is just, part of it. And he goes on.
There was almost definitely compulsion. It was built into the lessons. It was built into the assignments. When you have a law dean stand in front of you and say you are a part of a broader coalition, it's compelled speech, plain and simple. Nobody was discussing the law in a two-form situation where they were like, well, you got to do things this way, but here's the opposite side of this, like they do in other forms of legal education. And I served in law enforcement, and I also served in the Texas State Guard. And I wasn't going to pay a public university to tell me that my country, my profession, and everything that I had done up to this point was oppressive. But
good for
Penn
you.
State made the choice to create this class. That was completely the choice of Penn State. They chose critical race theory. They chose ideological conformity, and they chose to make it mandatory. I've decided I'm going to attain my PhD in public policy from Liberty University, and I'm going to devote my life to making sure that nobody else ever had to make the choice that I did.
Good.
Yeah.
Need guys like that.
Yeah, you
doing
do.
that. Yeah, the sentence that I loved was,
and I wasn't going to pay a public university to tell me that my country, my profession, and everything that I had done up to this point was oppressive.
good.
Yeah.
Because that is totally ridiculous.
It is.
All right. Big poll out there. Are you a fast walker or a slow walker? If someone asked you the question, how would you answer it?
Probably a fast walker.
I don't think I would have answered it that way even a couple of years ago. Thought, it's sort of normal pace. I don't think of it one way or another. But it's been brought to my attention from my wife as we will, take walks in the neighborhood. And I won't even be thinking about it because usually we're in conversation. Mm-hmm. And she'll say, why are you walking ahead of me again? I don't know, actually. Why am I 2 steps ahead of you? And I'm like looking back and I'm talking and I'm like, I'm not even like aware that I'm walking ahead because that does seem kind of rude.
Yeah.
I mean, it's one thing if you're trying to quicken the pace on purpose.
Yeah.
But I'm not really trying to do that.
I don't know. You could turn around and just say, why are you not keeping up?
Yeah, but David, I really don't want to pick a fight at that point because we're in conversation. It's not really what I'm after at that point in time. 7% said they consider themselves very fast. 29% say somewhat fast. 43% about average. Yeah. Less people say they would be slow.
Oh, I hate the mosier.
Yeah.
The person that's just, because that's the person that doesn't even like like if you're walking down a hallway, they don't even go to the side, right? The Mosier is the one that will dominate somehow the bulk of the space in any public hallway.
Well, that does seem to be true, doesn't it?
It's like, it's like you can't, like they're saying, no, you're going at my pace, buddy. All right.
Yeah. That is annoying.
It's
Get
very
out of the
annoying
way.
to me.
Yeah. Also saw a story that AI is ruining wildlife photography. They talked to a guy that's like, this is his job. And he's like, all these AI images, it's fooling people all the time. People think it's real. And, it's taking away the artistry of photography. And it dilutes what's impressive. I understand if that's your gig.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, these other images are coming out, and it just looks cooler and more vibrant. And you're like, hey, that's not even real.
Well,
but I don't think you're going to be able to convince people that it doesn't look cool.
No, I mean, what do you say to painters who do landscapes? I mean,
yeah, that's true, man. So where you're at right now with AI, are you somewhat freaked out, totally freaked out, or like it'll get figured out?
I think I've got enough ammo that I'm not freaked out anymore.
Okay, and what makes it that you're not freaked out?
Because I've got enough ammo. So,
not ammo to the argument, just ammo in general.
Yes, in general. So when AI becomes self-aware and starts, the robot dogs going everywhere, all that stuff, I feel fairly confident in my ability to survive, at least for a certain amount of time.
See, I was thinking to myself, like, AI gets your information and it takes over and it causes havoc. You're going so far as to go robot dogs.
Yes.
Like, holy crap, I wasn't even thinking something like that.
Well, they're putting machine guns on these damn things now.
Yeah, I've seen that. That is pretty frightening. Boy, oh boy. Crazy Florida cop story, sex on the job. Nimrod to the news and a news update coming up. You don't need an economist to tell you your money doesn't go as far as it used to. Just buy groceries, fill up the tank, or pay a utility bill. The question is, what do you do about it? Sitting around hoping everything magically gets cheaper probably isn't much of a strategy. So before you make any big financial decisions, it's worth getting informed.
That's why you should check out Swiss America. They've been helping educate Americans about precious metals for more than 40 years, and they put together a free report called The Secret War on Cash. When you request your copy, you get no sales pitch, no obligation, just information explaining why a lot of people are looking at ways to help protect their purchasing power over the long haul.
Learn about your options. Do it today. Call or text 800-289-2646 or visit SwissAmerica.com/MVCR for your free report. Again, that's 800-289-2646 or SwissAmerica.com/MVCR. Tell them Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins sent you. Message and data rates may apply.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
Ask yourself this question. Is it really worth holding on to that timeshare that you know you need to get rid of? Here's the truth. The average maintenance fee just went up over 17%. That could have been 117%, and there's nothing you can do about it. When you buy a timeshare, you give them a blank check for annual maintenance and assessment fees. I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. For 15 years, I've helped over 50,000 families cancel their timeshare. Not sell it, not transfer it, cancel it. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment and your maintenance fees would never go up? That's a lie. Are you ready to get rid of your timeshare once and for all? Simply call us and I'll send you our timeshare exit kit that explains all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley now for your timeshare exit kit. 800-970-3355. That's 800-970-3355. 800-970-3355.
All right. The monthly Van Camp and Robbins show. Jamie Markley, David Van Camp, Scott Robbins is out, back tomorrow. Yeah, a lot of people talk about the weight loss injections because the results, they look dramatic. I mean, and it works, but you're talking about needles, and a lot of people are kind of freaked out by needles, don't want to deal with it, don't want to give themselves shots. And then some others are looking at the pretty intense side effects that get talked about. People really want to stay away from that. If you're in that boat and want to lose significant weight without all that, you should check out Lean.
Yeah, Lean is not designed for someone who just wants to lose a couple of pounds here and there. This is designed for people with serious weight to lose, at least 10 pounds or more. Lean works like the shots, but no needles. And, well, it supports your body to lose weight and control appetite and cravings and keep that weight off. Let's get you started here. 20% off plus free rush shipping. How do you get that? You go to takelean.com, use promo code MVCR to add Lean to your healthy diet and exercise plan. That's code MVCR at takelean.com.
News update, David Van Camp.
Mark Wayne Mullen, Homeland Security Secretary, weighing in on Governor Mikey Sherrill's admission that at least 6,600 people who said they were not citizens were still registered to vote in the state of New Jersey. He says, appreciate you responding back to our letter. Governor Sherrill, this should have been done a long time ago. Just one illegal vote cancels out the vote of a U.S. citizen. As we reported last week, New Jersey could have as many as 35,000 potential non-citizens registered to vote. Looking forward to working with you to secure your elections in the future.
So you really weren't out in front of it?
No.
It's because we were putting on the pressure?
Yes.
Got it. All right, we got to get to Nimrods. Here we go.
When the going gets tough.
Damn it, this is too hard.
The dumb get dumber.
All right, Ian.
It's Nimrods in the News on the Markley, Van Camp, and Robbins Show.
I love the poorly educated.
All right. Nimrods in the News, we go to Florida. This is in Howey in the Hills, Florida.
Oh.
Okay? A Florida police chief has resigned because somehow he turned a fraud investigation into a soap opera. All right, there was a guy that calls in that says, hey, listen, my current girlfriend, I've got to show you some text messages between her and the police chief. What had happened was the police chief was investigating the woman's now ex-husband. They were married at the time. Well, I'm doing an investigation on your husband for fraud. You need to meet me at this hotel. We need to talk about it. Where they engaged in consensual sex. And then 2 weeks later, I need to meet you again. And it happened again.
Well, he wanted to be thorough.
I guess. Yeah, he's in some trouble now. And before the internal investigation come out, he has resigned. And that's Nimrod's in the News.